Hey everyone, welcome back to Beginners to Factorum. I'm having my coffee here, sitting here, watching the planet Earth, at least Earth-like, thinking about what the next plans are for today. So if you have not checked already, I did do 2 streams talking about the Battleship. I made the whole Battleship on those streams. That's going to be the plan, is to build that now physically, like block by block in the game. I'm going to use a projector, but I will need the materials. But I don't think my drill ship is going to be enough for this. So we're going to build a different drill ship first. So let's go outside. So this drill ship is not going to be enough, not sufficient enough. Even with the containers connected to it, it is still, the drills itself don't drill enough in one go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this connection here, and we're going to have a connector to the left and the right, so that I connect my grinder and my welder ship on left and right of this docking port. That means this is going to be kind of a, maybe we can keep this connector there, but I'm going to have a T-piece here that we have 2 connectors left and right, and then an open walkway, so I can go to these 2 ships. So that's going to be happening right now. I'm going to take away this, which means then I can connect the ship back there, and then we can build our new miner on that connector there, because that is going to move there. So that's the plan. Let's get started. And let's see if the ship wants to connect. I think that should be a good spot now. So we have a ship here, a ship there, and then we still have space to have another ship there. Do this, and we're going to put a T instead. I was just double checking if I was recording, because I have been making some mistakes lately and forgetting to press that record button. Man, it's been a few busy days. I mean, weeks to be honest. If you think about it, Christmas, New Year, a lot of projects going on, things that might be happening very soon. Really looking forward to it, but I don't want to spend too much information about it yet, because, you know, there's more people involved and I don't want them to be, you know, that's it. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. Anyway, like I said, if you watched my video about my plans for 2025 video, you should get a little bit of a background or idea what is going to happen in the next year. I mean, the plan for next year. We'll have to see how that, of course, develops and how life develops. But I'm really looking forward to cover more space engineers, and also more space engineers too, not more, just space engineers too. I will also be working on putting all these on the workshop, of course. I know that a few people have been asking to get these on the workshop. I just have, kind of lost track of that. I also need to name them still. I think I said this like 15 times already that I need to name these ships, and I have not done that. So let's jump in here and let's bring that over to there, and you're going to be the ship that is going to land on the other side. I do hope to see something like this in Space Engineers 2, because Build Vision is definitely, I would say, one of the greater mods, quality of life mods in the game. Look at that, completely making sense now. Then we got the drill ship there. We're gonna have our other drill ship here, and then later on we're gonna have our large battleship there. So let's begin with the drill ship. So what does the drill ship need? So as I said, I wanted to be very basic. I just wanted to be able to drill, collect, eject. That's the only things it needs. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be like a block that is going to be used for a long time. It's just something to get the work done quick and dirty. So what I want to do, I'm going to go to my connector. And we're going to take actually this one right here, the inset connector. I'm going to build it against there. I might have to redraw some resources. Let me just see. I want this connector to be built in such a way that this connector here aims at that. But I cannot snap it against it, because this is not going to snap. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my character away a bit until I'm far enough. And you see, I'm getting this red outline when I'm getting a little bit too close. I'm just going to try to get close enough and then weld this up. And this should normally automatically, this magnetic field should already connect this. Switch lock. There we go. So now I got my mag plate. Actually, you're in the right direction. No, you're not. Well, we're gonna build it like that. All right, let's build it like this. So what I want to do, I want to have a tank, a container, drills, and a cockpit. And I think we're gonna put the cockpit on the bottom like this. I don't really need to be able to see anything with this cockpit because I'm gonna be flying most of the time with a camera or third person. So let's start with a tank. Then on that we can put a container. On that we can put a conveyor. Then on this we can put a drill. I might just take grinder. There we go. A drill. On top of these we're going to put 2 welders. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. And then here we can put drills again. And what we want to have to do is just then link them up with conveyors. So now we can put conveyors in here. And that's it now. Then we can put some drills here. Because we will definitely go, we have thrusters and the sorters and stuff, so we need some space on the sides. Something like that. Then, let me just turn my light on again. Then we need some sorters. Which we're gonna place here. And here, no. Yeah. That. And then we can put round pipes on that. 2. I'm gonna take a T. 1, 2, and an elbow. Do the same on the other side. There we go. Then underneath we can put our connectors, and these are going to be our ejectors, of course. So 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So the goal is to only use the sorter as a passage. So what we want to do is we just want the ejectors to eject and use the sorter as like what can pass through. The sorter itself is not going to flush the items through itself anymore. It's just going to be like a valve. Right, then we want to put 2 batteries in here, and I think I'm going to put them in here. One here, and then we're going to put gyros on here as well. I'm going to put one here and one here. That. And then finally, we also need some O2 generators so that we can, if needed, make some hydrogen and oxygen. Alright. Is that it? Should I put another drill on top of these? Maybe we should. One here. And one here. That should be a pretty massive drill. And then one more thing, I think. And that's an antenna. Like that. I think that should be about it, except for the thrusters. But let's weld this all up first. I'll weld all of this up, and I'll be back once I'm done with that. This is set up all. This is all set up. I was thinking, yeah, okay. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this container as well. Now, before I do that, I'm going to have to connect this block and this block. Otherwise, this is going to disconnect. So I'm just going to temporarily put some blocks against here that link these two up. That way I can grind this container down and then rotate it. I'm just going to double check, but everything should be fine like this. Yeah. I'm going to rotate that container because, I mean, if I'm not going to be using the connectors, then I'd rather have them available for anything else. Alright. So, I got an antenna, I got the rotors, I got the gyros, I got drills. The only thing I'm not having is, thrusters. So, we're gonna need 2 thrusters forward. One here. One here. So, I think we're gonna put one here. Gonna put one here. So, the only thing we need now is braking thrust and left and right. Now, the braking thrust we could actually put in here. Like that. So I'm going to put a conveyor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be enough, no? Forward, up, down, left, right. I might need more up, down. Let me just recharge myself. In the meantime, while I'm recharging, I'm going to go into my sorters control panel. These should be to these two. And we're going to set these to... Oh yeah, I need to do them separately. We're going to whitelist stone. Add. So all the stones should now be going through that sorter. We're going to do the same with that one. We're going to say whitelist. And we're going to set stone. Now, I'm not going to say drain all. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I'm going to set my connectors to drain or eject everything. That way, I am sure that the sorter just serves as a valve. Because we noticed, I mean, somebody also said it in the chat or in the comments that if you set this to drain all, then the connectors are going to wait for this one to constantly put things through. But if I just leave it as a valve, these are going to just suck it through that valve. So these here, control panel, these should now be set to collect all and throw out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rename these as well. I'm going to call this ejector instead. Ejector 1. So ejector 2 and 6. So now this should constantly drain out my stone because we don't want stone right now. All right. 2, 3, 4. You know what? I don't need all of them. I can just... Let me do this again. I'm just going to take 1. Then I'm going to use control middle mouse button so I withdraw everything of it. Right? That should be all the thrusters. And I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything. He said. Let me just check this container. It's empty. Let me check the grid. Let me just do that. If I go in here and say inventory Only this ship. Alright, we're completely empty, so that's good. And let's see what this can do. So now that we have the drill, we're gonna go and find, let me see, gold first. Then we go to uranium, because these two are gonna be the ones that we're gonna need first of all for the jump drives. So we need, that's silver, we need gold. No, AU. I'm gonna reduce the, oh no, you know what, I'm gonna take one of the gyros, I'm gonna turn them on and off as well. There, so it's a little bit less aggressive. And we're gonna fly towards that asteroid. We're gonna get the gold first, then we need uranium, then we get all the other ones. Because in the meantime, while I'm doing this drilling, we can then also get the gold refined and later on make our components for the jump drives. You know what I didn't install? How far is Kulo Station? And we're gonna fly back. I have to say, this gyroscope is aggressively... I might have to put this thing on half because it's too aggressive. So yeah, we need an ore detector, otherwise I cannot find my gold and silver and whatever. Alright, where were we? Gold. So this is gonna be a lot of mining now, so I think most of this I'm gonna skip. I will be showing maybe some parts when I'm actually telling you something interesting, but although this is going to be a very mind-numbing and slow process, I guess I'll see you once I'm done with all the mining. Alright, so I'm on my way back because I forgot to put lights on this drill. So let's put lights on that and then I can go and drill. Alright, I think that's it. So let's do this again. One more. There we go. And that should be it. As you can see, I came back. I added a whole bunch of drills after we just did some gold mining. We need some more space because I was constantly bonking my ship. So that should be a pretty much a good surface to clean everything behind. So that way we are protected and we don't damage the ship anymore. I also added a jump drive now as well, so that we can actually jump to the locations. That is going to speed up my drilling process much more, and we should be able to get to our ore positions much quicker. Alright, let me just clear everything up again. Let's clear up all the inventory from the ship, and then we're going to head off and continue mining. Jump, we only have one jump drive, so let's put that in toolbar 2. We're going to put one on jump. And we're going to put one on increased distance, and we're going to put one on a decreased distance. We have to jump towards this one right there, 28 kilometers. So I'll go to jump drive. Jump drive. I would like you to jump to AU. Jump. Distance to proximity is 27.99. Yes. So this is now going to be draining my battery insanely quick. As you can see, 6 minutes and that's it. Bam. I'm already recharged. So these jumps are really minimal. So I don't need to be that worried about the... You're supposed to finish your sentences. But now we can go in... No. Power drain. Power drain. I'm already recharged. So these jumps are really minimal. So I don't need to be that worried about the power drain. See how easy that was? There we go. Well, now I can continue. Yeah, adding some extra drills was definitely not a bad idea, because now I just can push this thing through. And it's a pretty big gold deposit here. Alright, I think we can safely say we have probably more gold we'd have the same amount of gold right now. But I think I might get through the gold here, so I need to make sure that I don't just drill stone now. Yeah, see, I was through the gold. There was no more gold there. Alright, so the mining ship is working. Ejectors are working. We can jump back and forth. So I think we are good right now. So what I'm going to do all this now off stream. I'm going to be mining the uranium. I'm going to be mining the ice. All the resources we need for building our battleship. And I'll be back once that is done. Alright, I think that should be the last supply. I'm thinking so. I mean, let me check what we have, but I think we should be pretty much fine. Connect. And let's see. In my inventory, I have like 1000 iron, and I made temporary containers because I'm pretty much full. 178, 170. Just move this over in here. So we also mined some magnesium. I came across it while actually not even looking for it. So I decided, you know what, let's just mine a whole bunch of magnesium. We will need it. So let's get that done. We got 2000 uranium already. We got 3000, almost 4000 gold already. We got platinum, which I mined. So that's going to be refined as well. We got cobalt. This is about 23,000 metal grids, and I have already almost 10,000 here. So if I need more, I can mine more. Nickel we're good. Iron should be updated soon. Silicon, I'm not entirely sure how much we will need, but I'm not thinking we need that much. And silver, I think we have enough. Although we will probably need them for thruster components, no? This silver, we need silver as well, 1.67. This needs 6.67. So maybe we need more silver and maybe we need more cobalt, but we'll see in the future. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this in the inventory here because I am stock full. The whole station is full. I built this connector here with 2 extra containers. These are my temporary containers so that I can have all my ore that we mined in here. The other thing I did here, I have now moved my drill ship here as well. I think we're going to make this the utility bay. So here I have my welder, grinder, and drill ship. So I think it's time to prepare for the battleship. Did I make a blueprint of it? I have to check. Not sure if I made a blueprint of it. 8. We're going to build another connector here. Then we're gonna build a conveyor like that. This conveyor is going to be changed later to a connector, but for the moment that is going to be the starter block of the ship, the starting position of the ship. Then on the bottom here we can build our projector, and that we can then load up our starship inside the projector and start welding it. There we go. And let's rename this projector Battleship. Alright. Now, I'm gonna set up the battleship. I need to check if I have the blueprint. I might have to jump back and forth between my creative. I'm not gonna show you the ship in total. I'm just gonna show you the projection of the first block. Most likely the blocks are connected and you will see the ship grow along with me. If you want to see me building the ship in creative, if you want to see the development of the ship, you can always check the live streams. There's 2 live streams. They are pretty lengthy, of course, if you don't have the time, but it might be something that you want to see just to see how I think, which is not a good thing always, and how it evolves. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I've set up the blueprint. As you can see, the projection is kept. That means if I'm done with welding, the projection will still be there. That means I can grind something away and rebuild it if I want to. This is important as well if you have like a repair block. If you have a projector in your ship or repairing, then you want to keep projection on. And make sure you set this as soon you enable the blueprint in it, and then adjust the offsets. Because if you do not do that and you do the offset and you link up the projection with your ship, it will automatically disappear. The other one I've set here is show only buildable, and that is that you only see what I'm going to start off with, and then you will see the projection grow. It's also pretty easy to build like that, because then you can also kind of grow or build or weld easily without having projections in the way. It's not 100% easy. It would be nice to be able to build in layers, but it is what it is. All right, I think it's time for a time lapse. So let me set up my character, and finally we can start building our battleship. All right, so what I'm thinking is I might have to put some extra light on that as well. What do you think? Even if it's just temporary. So what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to snap a block against here, left and right, then make some pillars so we can just light up this area for ships. And that way you can actually see what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to kind of pick up the whole build. So let's begin with that. Because it's 150 is 300. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this makes sense. This makes sense. Welder here can get another 350 in here and another 125 in here. Okay, so if I put my welder to work, let's say I'm starting with building the hull. That's only steel plates and metal grid. The problem is going to be that we're probably going to weld up things that I don't want to weld up in steel plates, which is okay. But I need to keep an eye on that, because sometimes that means I'm not going to be able to complete the block. So it might be a smart idea for me to add Izzy to my to this safe. Izzy is going to allow me to set these to constantly fill up every time I am empty. I could even put them in the connector, but I think we're going to be happy with this. So let me just write this down, because Izzy is going to take this away again. You know what? Let's put Izzy here. I'm going to put a programmable block here. Programmable block. We're going to take this one. If you don't have the DLCs, this is the programmable block you can install. The automaton has a new design, so I like that one because it takes also a little bit like a corner instead. There we go. So I'm going to go in here. We go down here, we say edit. And then here we can add the script. So normally what you have to do, you have to go to the workshop and you have to find scripts and then subscribe to it, just like you would do a blueprint or whatever. I'm just going to refresh and I should get my scripts showing up. This is the one you're looking for, Izzy's Inventory Manager. There are other ones, maybe a little bit updated now, but I'm so used now to using this one, I'm just going to stick with it. So Izzy Inventory Manager, we're going to install it. That is now going to be the script here. You can see all the script. I can adjust this, but I'm not going to do any changes on this. I don't want to be bothered for the moment with that. I'm going to say okay. Then we're going to recompile, just to be 100% sure. And I think we can just say run. I think it's already running, but let's just run it again. All containers for type ingots are full. You should build or tag new car containers. I'm not going to be bothered with that as well. The only thing I want to do is set my containers of my welder ship. So now that Izzy is set up, we can now go back to our welder ship. And in the welder, we're going to go to our containers here. As you can see, have been emptied again. We're going to go to our control panel. We're going to look for modular car containers. And these are the two that are linked to our ship, the two white ones. And what I'm going to do right here, on the back of this, I'm going to do bracket special, bracket closed. That's all I need to do. Just going to copy this over so I can do it with the other one. Container, I'm going to do special here as well. There we go. And then I'm going to look for the welders. There we go. And we're going to do the same here. Welder special and U special. I think I can put one less space here. All right, so now Izzy is going to figure that out, and you can see she already, I'm calling she because Izzy is a name for me, as a female name for me. She will be putting the percentages here. So now there is nothing in, there is no inventory, but there has been something added. If you go to your custom data right now, you will see in here a whole list of the components you can require to be put in that container. So in this container, which was the modular car container, we wrote down we want to have steel plates, and I want to have 1300 steel plates, and we also want metal grids, and that was 400 metal grids. And I'm going to select this all, copy, okay, and I'm going to go to the second one here. I'm going to go to custom data, and I'm just going to delete this and paste the new one with the right amount of resources. Then we go to our welders, go to custom data here, and in here we're going to do this, 500 steel plates and metal grids, 125. There we go. Let's copy this all. Okay. Go to here, custom data, select all, delete, paste, and done. Now you can see that these are starting to be filled up. If I go to my inventory and I say show, these have now automatically been filled up by Izzy. So every time I'm disconnecting, welding the ship up, I come back, connect. Izzy is going to put everything back in my ship that I need. And that way I can at least not have to bother about constantly transferring things over. Once, if you are like more into this, you can also set Izzy to auto-craft the materials for you. But I don't want to do it because I'm not entirely sure if I have enough materials, and I want to be in control of it for the moment. All right. So now this is done, we can jump and disconnect, and we can start welding this thing up. So currently what I'm trying to do is finding all my conveyors, weld these up, get the all the welders in here as well welded up, and then if I activate this is going to do a whole bunch of work for me, so I don't have to fly around with my ship, and it's going to do at least the inner piece, and then I can focus on the outer hull a little bit more. As you can see, we are starting to get the thrusters set out here. The jump drives are right there. So the only thing I'm going to have to focus on after this is then just saying, okay, I need that much materials, I need that much materials. Alright, so now all the welders should be enabled. Yes. So if I turn my projector on, we're gonna have a little bit of a weld fest going on here. I will have to continue and look into what needs to be created for it, but I think much of what I already have prepared here should be welded up once I turn this on. And I am actually considering of putting some extra welders down there because I need to be able to repair some in the middle as well. But that's for later. So let's just turn these on. And here we go. So I will need to make quite some power cells. We need to make a whole bunch of superconductors. So let's do that all. Production. Let's make 1,000 power cells. I think we will need like 5,000 superconductors. Let's take 3 detector components. And the ship is already starting to take shape, at least on the inside now. A lot of these welders are going to be protected, so we have to walk pretty deep to be burned. So that's my idea here, is to have welders everywhere that at least, weld up our thrusters or our like jump drives. And here we're going to do the same. So what I'm thinking of doing is to replace this block here. Yeah, this block here with a welder underneath. So this one and then this one would weld up these as well. I think we might do the same here. I could put a welder down here that welds up my reactor. And that's also my repair. We could do the same on top, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. We could put a welder down here in the middle. So one that points down. Just welds up both sides of these. My god. This is a lot of resources. This is what you get from building in creative. Like, I'm going to build some heavy armor here. I'm going to use some heavy armor there. And then that's what you end up with. Let's see. Cobalt. I'm refining some. Am I still producing? I'm not producing anymore because I'm probably out of iron. Iron. That's the only iron I have left. Alright, so this is the only cobalt I have left. I'm still refining some, but it's not that much. We have 64k left. So let me just finish up the materials I have here. Then we're going to have to go and mine more, refine it all, and then jump back into the mining. So I think after this section here, we're going to be taking a little break and get some resources collected. Yeah. Building heavy army, they said. It's going to be good, they said. I'm currently carrying quite a lot of iron, some nickel, some cobalt. I think we should have enough. Our drills are a bit full with stuff as well. I'm really hoping that is all we need and we can complete this. Now, my missiles are also built in heavy armor, so I might have to not have another run for cobalt, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna dump this off here. We're gonna refine this, and this is gonna take some time for refining. Alright, so I'm gonna drop some iron in there. I'm gonna drop some iron in there. I'm gonna drop some iron in there. I'm gonna drop some iron in there and switch these around for now. And automatically you're gonna go back to the cobalt, but I would like to get some iron. And get this production rolling again. Yeah, alright. So let's get this rolling a little bit, and that's gonna take some time. So guys, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna leave my character in the cryopod and let this just refine, and then we can focus on the rest of the ship. Honestly, we did get quite far. We already have almost the whole top done. We just need to, of course, weld up the turrets, a little bit of the thrusters. And then we need to work on the bottom side because we still have some sections to do here. And of course, we need to go inside as well. There is a lot of stuff that I did not weld up yet. You know, there's like catwalks. I might have to double check if I'm missing conveyors. We have some of these. We got some batteries. We need the gyros. There are some gyros in here as well that we still need to build. I'm not sure where anymore. I need to check. And then here as well, we need to weld up a whole bunch of blocks. This could be a little bit too tight to share time-lapsed, but we'll see. And then inside this area, right here, this is where we're gonna have our missile bay. We have some batteries already welded up, so that's good. We got a missile bay right here. That then is going to fire the missiles out of these doors. And that is something we're going to have to program. So I think I'm going to just take a break, let this thing work. Then we come back, weld all the rest up. And I think after that, that should be the end of the episode. This is going to be a lot of time lapse, I'm assuming. We'll see once I'm done with editing. And then next episode is going to be the setting up of the missiles. Probably making weapons and stuff like that, so we make sure that we have the railguns, saybots, all of that. I think we'll just take a ship with us. I would say this one here, the welder. We have a mag plate on the back, so we can take things with us. Yeah, and we can grind things down if it's necessary with that ship. I know some people have suggested to just take a small ship with me to do the combat with the small ship. I am just gonna go in with the large ship and take them on with the large ship. We have a lot of guns. I got 2 railguns in the front here, so I'm assuming that is going to be what we're going to be doing. And see how this holds up. If this does not hold up well, then we need to think about a different approach. But I also need to end this series pretty soon because we have another project on the way. So I need to get this over and done with as soon as possible. So anyway, I'll take a break. I'll see you back in a bit once everything is refined and created. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so guns welded up. I added extra small turrets here, which I'm gonna have of course manually fill up, but these should be definitely helpful if we get like shot or attacked by drones or the missiles. I put some on the back as well. I don't have a lot of space to put heavy thrusters on the back, so I went for the small thrusters. Got a whole bunch of thrusters, small turrets, I'm sorry. Also have a whole bunch of turrets on the bottom, including small ones. And here we're going to build a custom turret using the small little head here. And I will actually, you know what, let me grind this away so I later can show you how we built that. That's going to be for next episode. I added 2 turrets on the back here as well, which I need to pipe up still. So that's what we're going to do now. And then another thing we need to do is change this now to a connector. So I'm going to take this projector away. There is already a projector inside. And we grind this away. And we grind this away. I hope I have enough space for all of this. You can see it's already there. I could just weld it up. There we go. So now we got a connector. You can connect our ship back to that. And then our whole ship is at least the exterior is finished. I have not seen any blocks missing, so we'll have to double check. Alright, let me jump in. Let me connect back to the ship. And let's then check on the insides some extra detailing. I think that's going to be it for today's episode. This was a long recording session, so we'll have to see how I'm going to edit that. I have been considering actually putting a vent here, or maybe 2 vents, just to have it like symmetrical, and then have a door so that I always have at least oxygen in this bridge and I don't need to bother about it. But that's not that important right now. I got a connector right there. That's for the turrets here. We also have turrets there, and I don't know where that connector is. So I'm gonna have to grind this open. You know what I should do? We should disconnect and make a new blueprint of this. Well, let me just disable the projector for now. Control panel, projector. Let's disable that one so that it's not showing up anymore, and then we can re-blueprint this one here. I added some lights as well. On the bottom, we might have to add some protection for these welders. And I think that's about it. No, we have everything down here. I might actually have to put a walkway down here. So instead of having this, we have a open one with a stair going down like that. We need to do the same on the other side, I think. And then a stairs like that. There we go. Now we can walk down here. And I need to make something above here. Maybe glass, maybe a catwalk. We'll check. Yeah, I could put a railing there just to protect us from falling down there. One here. And one there. It's a bit of a shame they are not on the same line, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm assuming that a lot of this, like, unified grid system is going to make a lot of this easier. So, I mean, fingers crossed. What I want to do as well is change these lights because this is too bright. Let me turn my lights off. I'm not in too bright, it's too white. So what I would like to do is give this a bit more of a... Do we give it industrial or do we give it a more of a yellow? I think it's too... This ship doesn't look that like sophisticated. So I think we're going to go for the yellow instead. Might be a little bit more... Too much light now. Although we might want to... get some light for the bottom. I do have some light. I think this is actually my outside lights that are shining through. We have you as well. All right, let me disconnect. Let's bring that back and then we can continue with the lights. We don't need like that intensive lights anymore because we're not doing any time lapses. So now it should be at least... It is now definitely dark. But that should give us the right... ambiance. Shit. Okay, I think that's already much better now. Yeah. Okay, let's put all the lights on that color and then we can add lights where needed. So if I open this up, that's the conveyor. All right, good. So I think we could combine the welder with the conveyor to our gun. And here, so now the turret is linked to that welder. The welder can fix the thruster and the tank. The only thing we're gonna need is get a pipe. Go below here. Yeah. There we go. Turn on you. I can weld up my block. Yep. Can I put a grill in front of that just to kind of add protection? Alright. Now we got this pipe. And honestly, I'm just realizing we might need a med bay here as well. This med bay is gonna take a corner. Actually, we could put the med bay here. If I take this pipe away and we put a med bay here, like that, then that corner of the pipe is already sorted out. Like that. Then we need to change these to full blocks, which is okay because this doesn't make any difference for you. Alright, so we have our respawn point and recharge point. We can put a battery there still. No, we need an elbow here. Sorry. We need an elbow. Alright, so we can put an oxygen generator here. Could also put an oxygen generator there, but I feel like it's a little bit too close. And then we can put an oxygen tank on there. Yeah, alright. So we're going to put an O2 generator here. 9. So this should now link up this again, and we have our O2 generator here. What I might do here is change this to have the stairs go here instead. Then we change that, then have a platform that can actually walk over, so we don't have to pass over to the bridge if we want to. So I'm just going to put 2 batteries on either side. Alright, so those reactors are going to be here. We still got conveyor up there if I want to add more things up here. Good, good, good. I don't have any conveyors anymore if I want to put a... Which is okay. I think we're good. There's still, we can put future changes in here, which is all okay. But for the moment, I think I'm happy with what we have so far. We need to do some work on the bottom, but I don't need to show you that. We can do a tour once this is all done. And then here we have the access to our landing bay. Everything seems to be pretty well welded up. I don't see any missed blocks. Good. And here we can put a maybe a glass or something. Right, so this is going to be my docking bay. We have a little bit of space here that I can place anything in here that is like, you know, claimed from the Factorum. This is not big enough. I mean, I think 1, 2, no. So 1, 2, 3. This is where a jump drive would fit in. That means we could push in a jump drive and then just mag plate it or something, and then link my ship onto my ship somewhere like underneath the door or something. This is not a transport ship for sure. Anyway, I think we are pretty much sorted out. Everything seems to be welded up. I think next week we're going to focus on creating our armor, ammo. We need to put ammo in this ship. We need to have a good backup. We need to make some more resources so that the ship can be repaired on the way. So make sure that the railguns can be repaired, all that. And also I want to focus on the missile bay, which I can show you now. Oh, you know what I might have to do as well? I'll let you know. So we have the missile bay in here. The welders are enabled. We got a rotor there. That rotor needs to be added with a small connector, like a small head, and then we can build our layout for our missiles. Now, I also built the missiles on a stream. Maybe I just link all the streams below. If you want to see them, you can check them out if you want to see the progress and thinking behind it, and the chat either helping me or not. But that you can check separately. So next week we're going to focus on setting that up. What I might have to do, I will have to make the missiles I made. I will have to make 4 separate missiles, and I will have to give them all different names so that when I am ejecting them, they are not going to be conflicting with each other, because if they all have the same names, the same groups, and I press a button, if one connector is disconnected, all the other ones are just going to react to that as well. So that is for next week, the missile bay. What I'm going to do here, what I think I might do is actually change this here and have another door on this side, so we can actually look on left and right from 2 of these doors. Like that, yeah. But I'm pretty happy. We did a lot of work today. Well, today and yesterday and the day before. This has been a project over 3 days. Yesterday was like a 8-hour recording session just for the time lapses and all that. I am happy this is almost over and done with. Yeah. And then we can focus on a good combat with the Factorum, and hopefully this ship holds up against the Factorum. But it looks cool. I'm happy with the design. It looks pretty aggressive. The weaponry is very excessive, I would say. The thing I'm always a little bit sad about is about these turrets, because they have to poke through. I wish we could build them inside and only have this thing poking out. This would change the look of a ship completely, but it is what it is. We work with what we have. I will put some lights on there as well. I need some exterior lights. I need some lights here, but I'm going to do that off stream. There's no need for you to show you that. This is going to be it for today. This is going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again for episode 13. Wait, episode 13, we're going to go and fight the Factorum. Yeah, that's going to go great.